My precious child, a miracle was set in motion the moment you started praying for it. Not when you finally prayed the perfect prayer with all the right words in the right order. Not when you accumulated enough faith points or proved yourself worthy through good behavior or religious performance. The very moment your heart first turned toward me with that need, with that ache, with that impossible situation that has been weighing you down and keeping you awake, I began moving pieces on the board of your life with intentionality and purpose. Heaven received your petition before you even finished speaking it, and the answer was immediately released from my throne room. What you are experiencing right now in this very moment is not the waiting period before the miracle arrives. This is the miracle unfolding in real time, layer by layer, moment by moment, working its way from the spiritual realm where all things begin into your tangible reality where you can see and touch and experience the goodness I have been preparing for you. You have been asking me for something that feels completely impossible to you. Something that keeps you awake at night, replaying every possible scenario in your mind, searching for solutions that your natural thinking cannot find. Something that has driven you to your knees more times than you can count, sometimes with words, and sometimes with nothing but groans too deep for language. You have been wondering if I heard you. You have been questioning whether this is actually going to happen, or if you are fooling yourself with false hope, setting yourself up for another disappointment. Let me settle that question right now, with absolute certainty. I heard you the first time you prayed. I heard you before you even formed the words in your mouth. I knew what you needed before you knew you needed it, before the situation even developed that would create the need. And I have been actively working on your behalf from the moment you turned your face toward me, orchestrating details you cannot see, arranging circumstances you do not know about, positioning people and resources and opportunities in ways that will become clear to you very soon. The problem is that you have been taught to think of miracles as sudden interventions, lightning bolt moments where everything changes in an instant, where you go to bed with an impossible problem and wake up with a supernatural solution. And yes, I can work that way. I have worked that way throughout history, and I still do sometimes. But more often, far more often than most people realize, miracles are processes. They are divine orchestrations that involve precise timing, strategic positioning, careful preparation, and 1,000 intricate details you will never see because they are happening in the background of your life. What looks like delay to you is actually precision to me. What feels like I am slow to answer is actually me making sure that every single element is perfectly aligned. I am not late. I am not ignoring your need. I am not being cruel by making you wait. I am moving every single element into perfect alignment so that when the breakthrough manifests in your visible reality, it will be complete, it will be lasting, and it will be exactly what you truly need, even if it looks different from what you think you want right now. Let me tell you what is happening right now in the unseen realm that your natural eyes cannot perceive. There are conversations taking place between people who do not know each other yet, but who will be instrumental in your breakthrough. There are resources being moved into position that will show up at exactly the right moment with perfect timing. There are obstacles being quietly removed from your path without you even knowing they were there blocking your progress. There are hearts being softened toward you, hearts that have been hard and resistant and closed. There are minds being changed about situations involving you, minds that had made decisions against you, but are now shifting in your favor. There are doors being unlocked that you have not even approached yet, doors you do not even know exist, but that lead to the very thing you have been asking me for. All of this is happening simultaneously in the unseen realm, working together like a complex symphony where every instrument must come in at exactly the right moment to create the beautiful sound I am orchestrating for your life. You have been so intensely focused on the problem that you have completely missed the evidence of my movement all around you. Look back over the past weeks and months with eyes that are willing to see my fingerprints. Notice the small things that shifted in ways you dismissed as coincidence. The person who showed up at exactly the right time with exactly what you needed, and you thought it was just luck. The bill that got paid in a way you did not expect, and you credited it to random chance. The conversation that happened out of nowhere that opened a door you thought was permanently closed, and you assumed it was just good timing. The sudden peace that washed over you in a moment when you should have been drowning in anxiety, and you told yourself you were just having a good day. Those were not coincidences. Those were not random occurrences or fortunate accidents. Those were my fingerprints on your circumstances. Those were previews of the larger miracle that is coming, small demonstrations of my power and my presence that were meant to build your faith and remind you that I am actively engaged in your situation. But you have been so fixated on the destination, so consumed with when you will finally arrive at the breakthrough, that you did not notice the journey was already underway, and I have been with you every single step. I have been orchestrating details you cannot see. I have been arranging circumstances in the background of your life. I have been positioning people and resources and opportunities with precision and purpose. Every prayer you prayed reached my throne. Every tear you cried moved my heart. Every moment you chose to keep believing, even when everything looked hopeless, registered in heaven as an act of faith that pleased me deeply. None of it has been wasted. None of it has been ignored. All of it has been working together to bring you to this moment right now, where the breakthrough you have been believing for is about to manifest in your visible reality in a way that leaves no doubt that I am real and that I am faithful. I need to address something critical that has been blocking the full flow of this miracle into your experience. You have been carrying guilt and shame that is acting like a massive dam, preventing you from receiving with open hands what I am trying to pour into your life. You have believed the lie that miracles are rewards for good behavior, that my blessings are transactions where you have to earn the right to receive by being perfect, or at least good enough. You have been trying to clean yourself up, improve your performance, maintain a certain standard, thinking that if you can just be a little bit better, then maybe you will qualify for the breakthrough you need. That theology is absolute poison. It is a toxic lie that has infected the church, and it is not how I operate. It is not who I am. My nature is generosity. My character is love. I give good gifts to my children not because they have been perfect, but because I am a perfect father who delights in blessing his children. The miracle I am giving you has absolutely nothing to do with whether you deserve it, and absolutely everything to do with the fact that I have chosen to give it to you because you are mine, and I love you, and your need moves my heart. Think about how a good parent operates with their children. When your child is sick with a fever, you do not sit there calculating whether they have been obedient enough over the past month to deserve medicine. You do not make them fill out an application and prove they are worthy of your care. You give them what they need because you love them, and their well-being matters to you more than any mistakes they have made. When your child is hungry, you do not make them earn dinner by completing a checklist of good behaviors. You feed them because feeding your child is what parents do. It is instinctive. It is automatic. It flows from love, not from the child's performance. I am your father. Not a distant deity keeping score of your mistakes. Not a cosmic judge waiting for you to slip up so I can deny your request. I am your father, and your need moves my heart in ways you cannot fully comprehend. Your struggle concerns me deeply. Your tears are collected in my bottle, every single one of them precious to me. I am not standing back with my arms crossed waiting for you to prove yourself worthy of my intervention. I am already intervening. I have been intervening since before you even asked. The miracle is already in motion because I chose to set it in motion. And my choice was based on my love for you, not on your performance for me. But here is what I need you to understand about this miracle I am giving you. It is not just about fixing your external problem. If I only fixed your circumstances without transforming your internal landscape, I would be giving you a temporary solution to a surface issue, while the deeper need remained completely unaddressed. You would get temporary relief, but you would not get lasting transformation. The miracle I am giving you is layered. It operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Yes, I am absolutely going to resolve the situation that brought you to me in desperation. Yes, I am going to provide what you have been asking for. The external breakthrough is real and it is coming. But I am also doing something far more profound beneath the surface. I am healing the wound beneath the need. I am addressing the fear that drove you to this place. I am transforming your understanding of who I am and who you are in relation to me. I am establishing a foundation of trust that will serve you for the rest of your life. The external breakthrough is going to happen and you will celebrate it, but the internal transformation is what will carry you forward through every challenge you face after this one. You came to me asking for provision, but what you really need at the core level is to know deep in your bones that I am your provider. Not just that I provided once, but that I am your provider as an ongoing reality. You came asking for healing, but what you really need is to understand that I am your healer, that my nature is to restore and renew and make whole. You came asking for restoration in your relationships, but what you really need is to experience the kind of unconditional love from me that makes you whole, whether those specific relationships are restored or not. I am giving you what you asked for. Absolutely. But I am also giving you what you actually need at a deeper level, which is a revelation of my nature that will anchor your soul through every storm you will ever face. Once you truly know who I am, once you have experienced my faithfulness in a way that goes beyond intellectual belief into experiential knowledge, you will be unshakable. That is what I am building in you through this process. There is a story in my word about a man who had been paralyzed for 38 years. 38 years of lying by a pool called Bethesda, unable to walk, unable to work, unable to live a normal life. He spent his days waiting for the water to be stirred by an angel, because according to the local belief, the first person into the pool after the stirring would be healed of whatever disease or condition they had. But this man could not walk, and he had no one to help him into the water. For 38 years he watched, he waited, he hoped. He saw others get their miracles while he remained stuck in his condition. When I came to that pool and saw him lying there, I asked him a question that might have seemed obvious. Do you want to be healed? He did not answer with a simple yes. Instead, he launched into an explanation of all the reasons why healing had not happened for him yet. He had no helper to put him in the water. Others always got there first. The system was not designed for someone in his situation. I did not engage with his excuses or his explanations. I did not discuss the obstacles he saw as insurmountable. I simply spoke with the authority of the Creator. Get up, pick up your mat, walk. And immediately, instantly, strength flooded into muscles that had been useless for 38 years. He stood up on legs that had not held his weight in nearly 4 decades. He walked. The miracle he had been waiting for came not through the method he expected, not through the pool and the stirring of the water, but through a direct encounter with the God who speaks things into existence. That is exactly what I am doing for you right now in this moment. You have been waiting by your own pool of Bethesda, watching others receive what you have been asking for, wondering why it has not been your turn yet. You have convinced yourself that there are valid reasons why you are still waiting. You do not have the right connections that other people seem to have. You do not have the resources or the education or the background. The timing has never been right. The system is not set up in your favor. There are too many obstacles in your way. But I am not limited by your lack of connections, resources, timing, or systems. I am the God who speaks, and it is so. I am not asking you to figure out how the miracle is going to happen. I am not waiting for you to create the perfect conditions. I am telling you to get ready to receive it when it does happen, because it is happening right now in the spiritual realm, and it is about to break through into your visible reality. The miracle I am releasing is not dependent on your ability to make it happen. It is not contingent on you finally figuring out the right strategy or finding the missing piece of the puzzle. It is dependent entirely on my power and my decision to act on your behalf. Your job is not to work harder or try to force open doors that are closed. Your job is not to strategize better or manipulate circumstances to try to make things happen. Your job is to trust me. Your job is to keep your heart soft toward me even when circumstances are hard. Your job is to refuse to let disappointment turn into bitterness that closes you off from receiving what I want to give you. Your job is to continue thanking me for what I am doing, even before you see the visible evidence with your natural eyes. That is faith. Faith is not pretending everything is fine when it is clearly not fine. Faith is not denial of reality. Faith is believing that I am working in the unseen realm even when you cannot see how in the natural realm. Let me speak directly to the specific need you have been bringing to me persistently. Some of you have been praying for physical healing. Your body has betrayed you. Pain has become your constant, unwelcome companion. You have tried treatments that did not work and left you disappointed. You have listened to doctors who had no answers and could only shrug their shoulders. You have endured procedures that left you worse instead of better. You are tired of being sick. You are tired of being limited by what your body cannot do anymore. You are tired of watching your life shrink down to the narrow boundaries of what your body can tolerate. You are tired of canceling plans and missing out on experiences because of physical limitations. I see you. I know exactly what it feels like to inhabit a body that hurts, because I took on flesh and experienced physical suffering myself when I walked the earth. I am releasing healing into your body right now as you read these words. Not just management of symptoms, but actual restoration of function. Not just pain reduction, but complete healing. Systems that have been malfunctioning are being reset to operate the way I originally designed them to operate. Pain is being silenced. Strength is being renewed. Energy is being restored. The miracle of healing is unfolding in your physical body right now. Receive it by faith. Thank me for it. Act in faith as if it is already complete, because in the spiritual realm where all miracles begin, it already is complete, and it is making its way into your physical experience. Some of you have been praying desperately for financial breakthrough. Debt has you in an absolute chokehold. You cannot breathe. You cannot plan for the future. You cannot be generous with others the way you want to be. You cannot even take care of basic needs without constant stress and calculation. Every time you think you are finally getting ahead, something happens that drains whatever little progress you made. An unexpected bill, a car breakdown, a medical expense, something that puts you right back where you started or worse. You are exhausted from the mental load of always worrying about money. You lie awake doing math in your head that never works out right. You avoid looking at your bank account because the truth is too overwhelming. You have started to believe that lack is just your reality, that some people are meant to struggle financially, and you are one of them, that you will never get ahead no matter how hard you try. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Poverty is not my will for you. I am not glorified by my children living in perpetual lack and stress and desperation. I am glorified when my children walk in the abundance I purchased for them through my blood. The miracle I am releasing in your finances is not just a one-time provision to get you through this immediate crisis. I am breaking the spirit of poverty that has been operating in your life and in your family line for generations. I am opening streams of income you have not anticipated. I am giving you wisdom to steward resources better than you have in the past. I am bringing you into a season where you will not just have barely enough for yourself, but you will have overflow to be generous with others. This is not about making you rich so you can hoard wealth or live in selfish luxury. This is about breaking the chains of lack so you can step into the calling I have on your life without being paralyzed by financial fear. Some of you have been praying for restoration in relationships that have been broken. Your marriage is hanging by a thread so thin you are terrified any day it will snap completely. Your children have walked away from you and from the values you tried to instill in them. Your parents do not understand you and perhaps never have. Your closest friends betrayed you in ways that cut deep. You are carrying so much relational pain that you have started building walls to protect yourself from being hurt again. Those walls feel like wisdom, but they are actually prison bars. You were not designed by me to live in isolation. You were created for connection, for intimacy, for belonging. The miracle I am working in your relational sphere is multifaceted and complex. In some cases, I am going to heal and restore relationships that have been broken. Hearts that have been hardened toward you are going to soften in ways that seem impossible right now. People who have been blind to their own issues are going to have their eyes opened. Conversations that have been impossible because of pride or hurt are going to happen with grace and vulnerability. Reconciliation that seemed completely out of reach is going to unfold in ways that leave you in absolute awe of my redemptive power. But in other cases, I am going to bring new relationships into your life that are healthier, stronger, and more aligned with where I am taking you in this next season. The people who walked away created space for the people I am sending. The friendships that ended were not strong enough to carry you into your next season. Trust my process in this. I am making all things new in your life, including your relational landscape, and what I am building is going to be better than what was before. Some of you have been praying for deliverance from bondage that has you trapped. There is a pattern you cannot seem to break no matter how many times you try. An addiction that has its claws in you so deep you cannot pull free. A way of thinking that drives you into depression and anxiety. A behavior that fills you with shame, but that you feel completely powerless to stop. Sexual sin that you hate, but that keeps pulling you back. Anger that explodes at the worst times and damages your relationships. You have tried to white-knuckle your way to freedom and failed repeatedly. You are starting to believe that maybe this is just who you are, that maybe you are too broken to be fixed, that maybe freedom is for other people but not for you. Listen to me very carefully because this is critically important. There is no bondage too strong for my power to break. There is no addiction too entrenched for my grace to overcome. There is no pattern too deeply rooted for my truth to uproot. The reason you have not been able to free yourself is because freedom is not something you achieve through willpower or self-effort. Freedom is something you receive through surrender to me. I am the one who sets captives free, not you, me. Your job is not to try harder in your own strength. Your job is to stop trying to do it yourself and start depending completely on mine. The miracle of deliverance I am releasing in your life right now is going to break chains that have held you for years or even decades. You are going to wake up one day soon and realize that the thing that used to control you no longer has any power over you whatsoever. The craving will be gone, the compulsion will be broken, the thought pattern will be replaced with truth. You will be free. Not because you finally got strong enough to break free on your own, but because I broke the chains for you. Whatever specific need you have been bringing to me repeatedly, understand something fundamental. The miracle is not just about meeting that need. It is about you encountering me in such a powerful and personal way that your life is never the same afterward. It is about your faith being strengthened to a level where you can face future challenges with confidence instead of fear. It is about you learning to hear my voice clearly so that you can navigate the path ahead with divine guidance instead of stumbling around in confusion, trying to figure everything out on your own. It is about you experiencing my love so tangibly that it heals wounds you did not even know you had. Wounds that have been driving your behavior and your choices for years without you realizing it. The external breakthrough is wonderful, and you are absolutely going to receive it. I promise you that with everything in me. The situation that brought you to me in desperation is going to be resolved. The need that has consumed your thoughts is going to be met. The impossibility you have been facing is going to bow before my power, but the internal transformation is the greater gift, the more valuable treasure. That is what I am really after in this process. Not just fixing your problem, but transforming your person. Not just changing your circumstances, but changing you. I want you to know me. Not just know about me from sermons and books and other people's testimonies. Not just believe correct theology about me in your head while your heart remains distant. Actually know me as a living, active, present reality in your life. I want intimacy with you. I want relationship. I want you to experience me as your father, your friend, your provider, your healer, your deliverer, your everything. You have been relating to me primarily through need. You come to me when you are desperate, when everything else has failed, when you have exhausted your own resources and do not know where else to turn. And I receive you gladly in those moments. I truly do. I would rather have you come to me in desperation than not come at all. But I want so much more for you than a transactional relationship where you show up with a list of problems and I show up with solutions. I want intimacy with you. I want friendship. I want you to know me well enough that you can distinguish my voice from all the other voices competing for your attention in your mind. I want you to sense my presence in the mundane moments of your day, not just in crisis. I want you to experience my love as the foundation of your identity instead of constantly trying to earn approval through performance. The miracle I am giving you is an invitation into this deeper relationship. It is a doorway into intimacy with me. Accept the invitation. Walk through the door. Do not just take the blessing and run. Take the blessing and then draw closer to the one who gave it to you. Here is what I need you to do while the miracle continues unfolding toward its full manifestation in your visible reality. Stop agreeing with the lies. There is a narrative running constantly in your mind that contradicts everything I am telling you right now. It has been playing on repeat for so long that you have started to accept it as truth. It tells you that you are too far gone for restoration. It tells you that you have failed too many times for me to trust you with breakthrough. It tells you that miracles happen for other people but not for you, because you are somehow different or disqualified. It tells you that if I really loved you the way I claim to, you would not be in this situation in the first place. It tells you to lower your expectations, accept your circumstances as permanent, stop hoping for something better because hope just leads to disappointment. Every single time you agree with that narrative, every time you give voice to those lies, you are building a barrier between yourself and the breakthrough I am trying to give you. I am not asking you to deny reality. I am not asking you to pretend everything is fine when it clearly is not fine. I am asking you to stop giving voice and power to lies and start declaring truth over your life. The truth is that I am for you, not against you. The truth is that nothing is impossible for me. The truth is that I have already declared victory over the situation that looks completely hopeless to you right now. The truth is that you are loved beyond comprehension, chosen before the foundation of the world, equipped with everything you need for life and godliness. The truth is that the same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you if you belong to me. The truth is that I am working all things together for your good. The truth is that your current struggle is temporary, but my promises are eternal. When the lie comes whispering in your mind that you are not going to make it through this, stop immediately and speak out loud. I will make it because God is with me and He has never failed me. When fear tries to convince you that you are going to lose everything, refuse to agree and declare instead, God is my provider and I will lack nothing I truly need. When shame tries to tell you that you do not deserve good things because of your past, reject that lie and say, I am a child of the Most High God, and my worth is not based on my performance, but on His love for me. There is power in your words. I spoke the universe into existence with words. I said, let there be light, and light exploded out of absolute nothing into being. You are made in my image, which means your words also carry creative power. Not the same level of power I have, because you are not God, but real power nonetheless. When you speak my promises over your life, you are not just encouraging yourself or trying to manipulate reality with positive thinking. You are participating with me in the spiritual work of manifesting those promises. When you declare my faithfulness over your situation, you are agreeing with heaven's reality and disagreeing with hell's propaganda. That agreement creates an opening for my power to move more freely in your circumstances. Conversely, when you constantly rehearse how bad everything is, when you tell everyone who will listen about all the ways you have been wronged and how nothing ever works out for you, you are coming into agreement with the enemy's plan for your life and empowering it. Your words matter profoundly. They shape what you believe in your heart. They influence what you expect in your circumstances. They affect what you ultimately experience in your life. Guard your mouth carefully. Speak life intentionally. Declare truth consistently. Let me tell you another story from my word that is directly relevant to what you are experiencing right now. There was a woman who had suffered from a bleeding disorder for 12 long years. 12 years of physical weakness. 12 years of financial devastation, because she had spent everything she had on doctors who took her money but could not heal her. She got worse instead of better. But the physical and financial suffering was not even the worst part. Her condition made her ceremonially unclean according to religious law, which meant she was completely isolated from community life and from worship. She could not touch anyone or be touched. She could not participate in gatherings. She was cut off from everything that makes life meaningful. She had every reason to give up hope completely. But when she heard that I was passing through her town, something rose up in her spirit. Faith stirred. Hope awakened. She thought to herself, "If I can just touch the edge of his garment, just the hem of his robe, I will be healed." She pushed through the crowd, reached out, and touched the hem of my robe. Immediately, instantly, power went out from me and into her. She felt it in her body. She knew in that moment that she was healed. I stopped walking and asked who touched me. My disciples thought I was being ridiculous because the crowd was pressing in on me from every side. Everyone was touching me. But I knew someone had touched me in faith, with expectation, with belief. I called her out, not to embarrass her, but to affirm her publicly. I told her that her faith had healed her, and to go in peace. She came expecting only a physical healing, and she received that. But I gave her so much more. I gave her public restoration. I called her daughter in front of everyone. I affirmed her faith before all the people who had marginalized her. I gave her peace that went beyond just the absence of disease. That is exactly what I am doing for you right now. You came asking for one specific thing, but I am giving you wholeness. You reached out in faith for a specific need to be met, and I am meeting that need. I promise you that. But I am also healing wounds you did not even bring to me. I am restoring things you did not know could be restored. I am giving you peace that goes far beyond just the resolution of your immediate problem. I am calling you mine in front of everyone who has doubted your worth. This miracle is bigger than you think it is. It is more comprehensive than what you asked for. Do not limit what I am doing by the boundaries of your request. Open your hands wider. Open your heart bigger. Expect more. I am a God of abundance and overflowing generosity, and I am about to exceed your expectations in ways that leave you absolutely amazed. I know you are tired. I know the fight has been long and exhausting. I know there have been moments when you wanted to quit, when you were ready to give up completely, when you did not think you could take one more step. I saw every one of those moments. I was there holding you together when you felt like you were falling apart. The exhaustion you feel is real, and I'm not minimizing it or telling you to just power through. But I need you to hold on a little bit longer. You are so close to breakthrough that if you could see what I see in the spiritual realm, you would be celebrating instead of despairing. The finish line is right in front of you. Do not quit now. Do not give up right before the miracle manifests in a way you can see and touch and experience with your natural senses. The waiting has been building something in you that you are going to desperately need for what is coming next in your life. Endurance, character, hope that does not disappoint. These are not just nice religious concepts or spiritual platitudes. They are actual spiritual muscles that you develop only through the resistance of difficult circumstances. You are stronger now than you were when this trial started. You are wiser. You are more dependent on me. You are more aware of your need for grace. All of that is valuable, and you are going to see why very soon. Let me speak directly to those of you who have been in this struggle for so long that you have started to believe it is never going to end. You have been fighting the same battle for years, maybe even decades. You have prayed the same prayer 1,000 times. You have believed for breakthrough until you are almost completely out of the ability to believe anymore. You feel foolish for still hoping. You wonder if maybe you just need to accept that this is your reality and stop reaching for something different. I understand that weariness in your soul. I understand how discouragement sets in when the answer you are waiting for keeps not arriving on your timeline. But I need you to hear me clearly on this point. My delays are not my denials. When I do not answer your prayer on your timeline, it is not because I am ignoring you or because I have decided not to help you. It is because I am coordinating 1,000 details that all have to align perfectly for the full purpose to unfold. If I gave you what you asked for the very first time you asked, you would receive a partial answer. Because I love you too much to give you partial when I can give you complete. I wait until absolutely everything is positioned correctly. My timing is perfect. Not early, which would be premature and incomplete. Not late, which would be too slow. Exactly on time, which is precise and purposeful. Think about a farmer planting seed in the ground. He does not plant the seed and then dig it up every few days to check if it is growing. He plants it, waters it, protects it, and trusts the process. Underground, where he cannot see with his eyes, roots are forming. The seed coat is breaking open. Growth is happening in the darkness beneath the soil. But if he got impatient and dug up the seed to check on its progress, he would destroy the very process he is waiting for. The seed would die. You have planted the seed of your prayer. You have watered it with your tears. You have protected it by continuing to believe even when circumstances tried to convince you to give up. Now trust the process. Underground, in the unseen realm where miracles germinate, roots are forming. The seed is breaking open. Growth is happening. Just because you cannot see it yet with your natural eyes does not mean it is not happening. The miracle is germinating in the spiritual soil. Soon, it will break through the surface into visible reality. But you have to stop digging it up with doubt. You have to stop sabotaging the process with unbelief. Trust me. Trust the process. Trust that I know exactly what I am doing, even when you cannot see it yet. There is something profound happening in your life that goes beyond what you can understand with your natural mind. The miracle I am working is not just addressing your surface need. It is restructuring the foundation of how you relate to me and how you understand my character. You have lived too long under a religious mindset that presented me as a distant judge who must be appeased, rather than a loving father who delights in blessing his children. That mindset has created barriers in your heart that have prevented you from receiving freely. You approach me with hesitation, with apology, with a sense that you are bothering me or taking up too much of my time. That breaks my heart. You are my child. You have full access to me at any moment. You do not need to apologize for coming to me with your needs. You do not need to feel guilty for asking. You do not need to wonder if you are worthy of my attention. You have my attention always. The miracle I am releasing is going to dismantle those false beliefs you have carried about me. When you see how I come through for you, when you experience my goodness in a tangible way that you cannot deny or explain away, it is going to shatter the lie that you have to earn my love. You are going to understand at a heart level, not just an intellectual level, that my love for you is unconditional. That my blessings flow from my nature, not from your performance. That I give because I am a giver, not because you have somehow qualified yourself to receive. This revelation is going to transform not just this one situation, but every area of your life moving forward. You will approach me differently. You will pray differently. You will walk through challenges differently because you will know in the core of your being that I am for you, and that I will never withhold any good thing from you. Let me address something that may be causing you to hesitate in receiving this miracle fully. You have been comparing yourself to others. You look at people who seem to have it all together, whose lives appear blessed and fruitful, and you wonder why your journey has been so much harder. You question whether maybe there is something wrong with you, some deficiency that disqualifies you from the kind of breakthrough others experience. Let me be very clear about this. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy. It robs you of gratitude. It blinds you to the unique ways I am moving in your specific situation. What I am doing in your life is tailored specifically for you. It is not the same as what I am doing in anyone else's life, because you are not anyone else. You are you, uniquely created, specifically loved, individually called. The path I have you on is designed for your growth, your purpose, your destiny. Stop looking at other people's paths and focus on your own. Stop measuring your progress against someone else's timeline. Your breakthrough is coming at exactly the right time for you, and when it arrives, you will understand why it had to unfold the way it did. There is a principle in my kingdom that the world does not understand. The world operates on a system of merit. You work hard, you get rewarded. You perform well, you get promoted. You prove yourself, you get recognized. But my kingdom operates on grace. Grace is unmerited favor. It is receiving what you do not deserve and could never earn. The miracle I am giving you is a demonstration of grace. Not because you have been perfect, but because I choose to give it. This goes against everything your natural mind has been trained to believe. You have been taught that you get what you deserve. But in my kingdom, you get what I decide to give you. And what I decide to give you far exceeds anything you could deserve or earn. This is why religious people struggle so much with grace. They want a system they can control, a formula they can follow, a checklist they can complete to guarantee results. But grace cannot be controlled or earned or manipulated. Grace is a gift that can only be received with open hands and a humble heart. When you receive this miracle that is unfolding in your life, you are going to have a choice in how you respond to it. You can receive it with pride, thinking that somehow you finally figured out the right formula, or that your persistence paid off, or that you earned it through your faith. Or you can receive it with humility, recognizing that it is pure gift, undeserved favor, lavish generosity from a Father who loves you beyond measure. I am asking you to choose humility. When the breakthrough comes, give me the glory. Tell everyone who will listen that this was not your doing, but mine. Point people to my goodness, not to your worthiness. Let your testimony be about my faithfulness, not about your performance. This posture of humility will keep you in a place where I can continue to pour out blessing on your life, because I give grace to the humble but resist the proud. I want to talk to you about expectation. What you expect shapes what you experience. If you expect nothing, you position yourself to receive nothing. If you expect disappointment, you open the door to disappointment. But if you expect my goodness, if you expect breakthrough, if you expect miracles, you position yourself to receive what I want to give you. I am not talking about presumption or entitlement. I am talking about faith-filled expectation that is rooted in my promises and my character. You know who I am. You know what I have promised. You know that I am faithful. So expect me to be faithful. Expect me to come through. Expect the miracle to manifest. This kind of expectation is not wishful thinking or positive psychology. It is biblical faith. It is believing that I am who I say I am and that I will do what I have promised to do. As you read these words right now, let expectation rise in your heart. Let hope awaken. Let faith stir. The miracle is coming, and you need to be watching for it with anticipation. Some of you need to hear this. The miracle might not come packaged the way you expect it to come. You have been praying for a specific solution in a specific way, and you have been watching for it to arrive in that exact form. But I am infinitely creative, and my ways are higher than your ways. I might answer your prayer in a completely different way than you anticipated, but it will accomplish the same goal and often in a better way than what you had in mind. Be open to receiving the miracle however I choose to deliver it. Do not limit me by your expectations of how it should look. Do not miss the answer because it does not match the picture you had in your mind. Stay flexible. Stay open. Watch for my movement in all its forms. The provision you need might come through an unexpected source. The healing might happen through a treatment you had not considered. The restoration might unfold through a conversation you were not expecting to have. Trust me enough to receive what I give, even if it looks different from what you asked for. There is power in remembering what I have already done. When you are waiting for a miracle, it is easy to focus entirely on what has not happened yet and to forget what has already happened. But remembering my faithfulness in the past builds your faith for the future. Think back over your life. Remember the times I came through for you. Remember the provisions that showed up at exactly the right moment. Remember the dangers I protected you from. Remember the doors I opened when it seemed impossible. Remember the people I sent into your life at just the right time. Remember the strength I gave you when you thought you had none left. I was faithful then, and I am faithful now. I came through before, and I will come through again. Let those memories of my past faithfulness anchor your faith in this present moment. I have never failed you, and I never will. What I did before, I will do again. What I provided before, I will provide again. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My character does not change. My love does not waver. My power does not diminish. I am fully capable of doing in your situation right now exactly what needs to be done, and I will do it at exactly the right time. Let me paint a picture for you of what is about to happen in your life. You have been walking through a long tunnel. It has been dark. You have been stumbling. You have questioned whether you were even going in the right direction. but you kept putting one foot in front of the other because deep down you knew I was leading you even though you could not see where you were going. You are about to emerge from that tunnel into brilliant light. When you do, you are going to look back and see that every step you took in the darkness was leading you to exactly where you needed to be. You are going to see how I was guiding you even when you thought you were lost. You are going to see how I was providing for you even when you thought you had nothing. You are going to see how I was protecting you even when you felt vulnerable and exposed. The tunnel season is ending. The light is breaking through. Get ready for your eyes to adjust to the brightness of my goodness that is about to flood your life. Some of you need to hear this specific word right now. You are not too old for this miracle. You have not missed your window of opportunity. The best is not behind you. I am not done with you. You have been believing the lie that your season of usefulness is over, that you should just coast to the finish line, that significant blessing and purpose are for younger people. That is an absolute lie. I have assignments for you that are specifically designed for this season of your life. I could not have given them to you when you were younger because you needed the wisdom and maturity you have now. The experiences you have accumulated over your years, the lessons you have learned through both success and failure, the character you have developed through trials, all of it has been preparing you for what I am about to release. Your latter years are going to be more fruitful than your former years. This is not the sunset of your life. This is a new dawn. Fresh purpose is being released to you right now. And to those of you who are young and feel like you have to wait until you are older to really matter or make a difference, I am telling you with absolute authority that I can use you right now. David was a teenager when he killed Goliath and became a national hero. Mary was likely a teenager when she carried the Savior of the world in her womb. Timothy was young when Paul commissioned him to lead entire churches. Age is not the determining factor in whether I can use you powerfully. Heart is the determining factor. If your heart is fully yielded to me, if you are willing to trust me and obey me even when it does not make natural sense, I can do extraordinary things through you regardless of how many years you have lived on this earth. Do not let anyone dismiss you or diminish you because you are young. Do not dismiss yourself. You are ready now for what I am calling you to do. The miracle I am giving you is going to come with a responsibility that you must take seriously. When you receive it, you cannot hoard it for yourself. You cannot hide it because you are afraid of what people will think. You cannot pretend it was just a lucky break or good timing or something you figured out on your own through hard work and intelligence. You have to testify. You have to tell people what I did. You have to give me the glory publicly and unapologetically. Your story matters more than you realize. Your testimony is a weapon that defeats the enemy's lies. When people see what I did for you, when they hear your authentic story of how I came through in your impossible situation, it gives them permission to believe that I will do it for them too. The miracle you are about to receive is not just for you. It is for everyone who will be impacted by your story. That is why the enemy has fought so hard to prevent this breakthrough from manifesting. He knows that when I come through for you in a visible and undeniable way, it will have a ripple effect that reaches far beyond your immediate circumstances. He knows that your testimony will strengthen the faith of believers who are struggling to hold on. He knows that your story will challenge the skepticism of unbelievers who have written me off as irrelevant. He knows that when you testify to my faithfulness, it brings glory to my name, and that is what he hates most. So when the miracle manifests, do not shrink back. Do not be falsely humble. Tell everyone who will listen what the God of the universe did for you personally. Right now, in this very moment as you are reading these words, something is shifting in the spiritual atmosphere around you. You can feel it if you pay attention. There is a lightness in your chest that was not there when you started reading. There is hope rising up where there was only despair and resignation a few minutes ago. There is strength flowing into places that felt completely depleted and empty. This is not your imagination trying to make you feel better. This is my presence changing your internal atmosphere. This is what happens when you spend time with me and allow my words to penetrate your heart. I do not just give you nice words to make you feel better temporarily and then send you back into the same despair. I actually change things. I shift things in the spiritual realm that then manifest in your natural experience over time. What is happening right now in this moment of encounter is going to continue unfolding over the coming days and weeks. You are going to notice things changing in your circumstances, doors opening that were closed, people showing up that you need, problems resolving that seemed impossible. This is not coincidence or luck. This is me keeping my promise to you. This is the miracle manifesting step by step. Let me speak to something that might be troubling your heart right now. You have been wondering why this trial has lasted so long. You have been questioning whether maybe you did something to cause it or to prolong it. You have been analyzing your life, trying to figure out where you went wrong, what lesson you failed to learn, what sin you need to confess that would finally unlock your breakthrough. Stop torturing yourself with these questions. Not every trial is a direct result of your actions. Not every struggle is a punishment for a specific sin. Not every delay means you failed some test. Sometimes you are in a difficult season simply because that is what is required to prepare you for where I am taking you next. Sometimes the pressure you are experiencing is not punishment but preparation. Sometimes what feels like I am withholding blessing is actually me developing your capacity to handle the blessing when it comes. Think about a weightlifter training for competition. The trainer does not keep the weight light and easy. The trainer progressively increases the weight, pushing the athlete to the edge of their current capacity, because that is how muscles grow stronger. The weight feels heavy. The training feels hard, but it is producing something valuable. You are in training right now. The weight you are carrying is heavy, I know that, but it is producing spiritual muscle that you are going to need. You are developing endurance that will serve you for decades. You are learning to trust me in the dark that will anchor you through future storms. You are discovering resources of faith within yourself that you did not know you had. This is not wasted time. This is not pointless suffering. This is purposeful preparation for a future that is bigger and better than you can imagine right now. I want to address the fear that has been lurking in the back of your mind. You are afraid that even if the miracle comes, it will not last. You are afraid that you will get breakthrough only to lose it again. You are afraid that history will repeat itself and you will end up right back where you started. I understand that fear. It is born from past disappointments. But I need you to hear this clearly. What I am building in your life this time is different. It is not built on the shaky foundation of your own efforts. It is not dependent on circumstances staying favorable. It is not contingent on other people staying faithful. It is built on me, on my faithfulness, on my power, on my promises, and I am unshakable. What I establish cannot be torn down. What I build lasts. This breakthrough you are about to experience is not temporary relief that will fade when the next trial comes. This is lasting transformation that will carry you through whatever comes next. There is something you need to understand about the nature of the miracle I am releasing. It is not just about changing your circumstances. It is about changing you. The greatest miracle is not what happens around you, but what happens inside you. When your heart is transformed, when your mind is renewed, when your spirit is strengthened, you become a different person. And that different person experiences life differently. Problems that used to overwhelm you become manageable. Obstacles that used to stop you become opportunities. Setbacks that used to defeat you become stepping stones. The miracle is not just fixing what is broken in your life. The miracle is making you into someone who can walk in victory, regardless of what your life looks like. That is lasting change. That is real breakthrough. That is what I am working toward in you right now. Let me tell you what is going to happen after you receive this miracle. You are going to be tempted to coast. You are going to be tempted to relax your dependence on me now that the crisis has passed. You are going to be tempted to go back to managing your own life now that things are stable again. Do not fall into that trap. The blessing is not meant to make you independent of me. The blessing is meant to deepen your dependence on me. The breakthrough is not meant to prove that you finally figured it out on your own. The breakthrough is meant to prove that I am faithful, and that staying connected to me is the key to sustained victory. When the miracle manifests, draw closer to me, not further away. Increase your time with me. Do not decrease it. Deepen your worship. Do not shallow it. The blessing is an invitation to greater intimacy, not an excuse for independence. I need to prepare you for something. When the breakthrough comes, not everyone is going to celebrate with you. Some people have become comfortable with you being in need. Some people have defined themselves by being your helper or your advisor. Some people have used your struggle to make themselves feel better about their own lives. When you step into breakthrough, it is going to challenge those dynamics, and some people are not going to like it. Do not let their response dim your joy or make you question what I have done. Do not shrink back into smallness to make others comfortable. Do not apologize for being blessed. Stand firm in what I have given you. Celebrate without guilt. Testify without shame. The right people will celebrate with you genuinely. The wrong people will reveal themselves through their response. Let that revelation be a gift that helps you discern who belongs in your next season and who does not. Here is what I want you to do starting right now. Begin living as if the miracle has already happened, not in denial of your current reality, but in faith that what I have promised in the spiritual realm is already done and is making its way into your natural experience. Start thanking me for the breakthrough before you see it. Start making decisions based on where you are going, not where you currently are. Start speaking about your future in faith, not about your present in despair. This is not fake it until you make it. This is faith that calls things that are not as though they were, because it knows that in the realm of the Spirit they already are. This kind of faith accelerates the manifestation of what I have already released. This kind of faith positions you to receive what I want to give. This kind of faith honors me and moves my heart. I want to tell you something about the testimony you are going to have after this miracle manifests. Your story is going to give hope to people who are in the place you are in right now. Your breakthrough is going to become evidence that I am still moving, still active, still performing miracles in the lives of ordinary people. Your testimony is going to be a weapon that defeats discouragement in the hearts of my children who are on the verge of giving up. This is why the enemy has fought so hard against you. This is why the resistance has been so intense. He knows what your story is going to do once you're on the other side of this trial. He knows the impact your testimony is going to have. He knows that your breakthrough is going to trigger breakthrough for others. So he has thrown everything at you trying to stop you from reaching your breakthrough. But he has failed. You are still standing. You are still believing. You are still here reading these words, which means you have not given up. And because you have persevered, you are about to step into everything he tried to prevent you from receiving. I want to pray something over you right now, and I need you to receive this with an open heart. Father, I thank you for the one reading these words in this exact moment. I thank you that you see them completely. You know them intimately. You love them unconditionally. I thank you that the miracle they have been praying for is already in motion, already moving from the spiritual realm into their tangible reality. I speak healing over every sick body reading this. I speak provision over every financial lack. I speak restoration over every broken relationship. I speak deliverance over every bondage and addiction. I speak peace over every anxious mind that is racing with worry. I speak hope over every despairing heart that is ready to give up. I speak strength over every weary soul that is exhausted from the battle. I speak breakthrough over every impossible situation that looks hopeless right now. I declare that what the enemy meant for destruction, you are turning for good. I declare that the delays have been divine appointments, not denials. I declare that the best is yet to come for your children. I declare that this is their season of supernatural blessing. I declare that they will see your goodness in the land of the living. I declare that they will testify of your faithfulness to everyone they meet. I declare that their story will bring glory to your name and hope to others who are struggling. I seal this prayer with the authority of the name of Jesus. Let it be so in their life right now. Now I need you to start thanking me before you see the full manifestation with your physical eyes. I need you to praise me for the miracle while it is still invisible to your natural senses. This is not about tricking yourself into feeling better through positive thinking. This is about activating your faith in a tangible way. When you thank me for something I have promised but that you have not seen yet, you are demonstrating that you trust me more than you trust your circumstances. You are declaring that my word is more real to you than your current situation. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith releases angelic activity on your behalf. That kind of faith backs the enemy into a corner, because he has absolutely no defense against a believer who refuses to doubt my goodness, regardless of what they see in the natural realm. Start thanking me now. Say it out loud if you are in a place where you can. Thank you, God, for the miracle that is already mine. Thank you for what you are doing, even though I cannot see it all yet with my eyes. Thank you that your timing is perfect, even when it does not match my expectations. Thank you that you are faithful, and you have never broken a promise. Thank you that you love me completely and unconditionally. Thank you that this struggle is not wasted, but is producing something valuable in me. Thank you that breakthrough is coming, and it will exceed my expectations. Thank you that my story is going to bring you glory and give hope to others. As you speak these words of thanksgiving, your faith is rising, your spirit is strengthening, and in the unseen realm, the miracle is accelerating towards you with increasing momentum. Let me address one more critical thing before I release you, to walk in the reality of what I have spoken over you. Some of you have been wondering if you did something specific to cause this struggle, if this situation is somehow punishment for mistakes you have made in the past. Let me be absolutely clear and remove all doubt. I am not punishing you. The struggle you have been walking through is not evidence of my anger or my displeasure with you. It is evidence that you live in a broken world where broken things happen to everyone. Sometimes difficult circumstances come simply because of the fallen state of creation. Sometimes they come because people make choices that hurt other people, and you got caught in the crossfire. Sometimes they come because the enemy is actively resisting the work I am doing through you and the calling on your life. Sometimes they come because I am developing something in you that can only be developed through pressure and heat. But they do not come because I am mad at you. I am not standing in heaven keeping a scorecard of your failures and punishing you every time you mess up. That is not who I am at all. I am the father who ran toward the prodigal son when he was still far off, before he even finished his speech. I am the shepherd who leaves 99 sheep in the fold to search for the one that is lost. I am the God who demonstrated my love for you by dying for you while you were still a sinner, while you were still my enemy. If I loved you that much when you were far from me, how much more do I love you now that you are mine, now that you have come home, now that you belong to me? Your mistakes do not disqualify you from my blessing. Your failures do not cancel my promises. My love for you is not conditional on your performance. It is rooted in my nature, which is unchanging and eternal. I am giving you this miracle, not because you have earned it through good behavior, but because I have chosen to give it out of pure love. Receive it without guilt. Receive it without shame. Receive it with the confident expectation of a beloved child who knows their father delights in giving good gifts to his children. The miracle is here. It is yours. It is unfolding right now, in this very moment. Open your hands wide. Open your heart completely. Receive it in faith with thanksgiving. Thank me for it even before you see the full manifestation. Testify about it when it becomes visible. Let it change, not just your circumstances, but your understanding of who I am and how much I love you. You are not alone in this struggle. You have never been alone for even one moment. I have been with you every single step of the way, carrying you when you were too weak to walk, providing for you when you had nothing, protecting you from dangers you never knew existed, and I will continue to be with you every step forward into your future. The struggle you have been in is ending, not because you finally mustered up enough strength to power through on your own, but because I am ending it. Not because you cracked the code or figured out the secret formula, but because my timing has arrived, and what I have decreed in heaven is now manifesting on earth. The breakthrough you have been praying for is here. The season you have been waiting for with such desperate longing has arrived. Walk in it with confidence, knowing that I am the one who opened this door, and no one can shut it. Live in it with joy, celebrating what I have done rather than minimizing it out of false humility. Rejoice in it with gratitude, giving me the glory publicly and unapologetically. This is your time. This is your moment. This is the breakthrough season I have been preparing you for through everything you have walked through. Do not let it pass you by because of doubt or fear or disbelief. Do not sabotage your own breakthrough by refusing to receive what I am giving you. Do not shrink back from the blessing because you feel unworthy. I have declared you worthy through my blood. I have qualified you through my grace. I have positioned you for this through my providence. Step fully into everything I have for you with boldness and confidence. The miracle you asked for is being given to you right now in this moment. Not because you are perfect, or because you have done everything right, or because you finally earned it, but because I am good, and I love you with an everlasting love that will never fail, and it brings me profound joy to bless my children. You are blessed beyond what you can measure. You are favored by the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You are loved with a love that will never let you go, never leave you, never abandon you. You are mine, and I am yours, and nothing can separate us. Now go and live like you actually believe it. Walk in the authority I have given you. Stand in the identity I have declared over you. Operate in the power I have placed within you. You are not who you used to be. You are not defined by your past. You are not limited by your mistakes. You are my beloved child, and the miracle I am giving you is just the beginning of what I have planned for your life. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words right now. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss a message from heaven. Remember that you are deeply loved by the God of the universe. The miracle you have been praying for is not just coming someday. It is already in motion right now, already making its way from the throne room of heaven into your reality. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the one who holds your future in his hands. He is faithful, and he will do what he has promised. Your breakthrough is not someday in the distant future. It is now. Walk in that truth with confidence and watch as your life transforms in ways that exceed your wildest expectations. You are chosen. You are equipped. You are victorious.